work with the internet. They're going to get the rankings. They're going to get the link visits. They're going to get all the traffic. You will not. Simply because, in a given search, you will probably be result number 999 and you're 10 pages away from someone seeing you. I think what is much more effective is to use the resource of the internet to tap those local opportunities.
That's my word
by
of
searching
advice.
Libraries, local papers.
Is to make your computer your best friend.
Yes.
Really learn how to get into the computer, not just to write a manuscript, but to get on to the internet and to find out where sources are for agents, for publishers. You can shop publishers on the internet. You can also find submission guidelines for agents, for publishers. In fact, that's my advice about publishing, is that if you're interested in going traditional, go to the library and take books in your genre and look at the acknowledgments, because many times those authors who are successful because their book is in the library, they will mention their agent. Every agent has a website, and every one of those websites has submission guidelines, and so that's a great resource. Learn how to do PowerPoint, but basically really learn how to find your resources on the internet. I also strongly suggest a membership in Independent Book Publishers Association, because that's a tremendous resource if you're going to go indie. And they have a conference. They're really very helpful. So those are some of my words of advice.
Yes.
So are we done with publishing a little bit? Or if there's more to say.
Is there anything you would like to add?
No, I would say that I don't want to discourage anybody from listening, but it is a very highly competitive field, book publishing.
Yes.
There are a lot of very talented people out there. Don't take it as personal if your book doesn't get picked up, because it's all, as you said, dollars and cents with the publishers.
Yep.
I did recount this experience once when I did my first book, and I did succeed finally in getting a New York agent. I thought I was on the road. She was so excited with this book, and she was sure it was going to make it, and it did. And she told me this later. One of the major publishers said they had a lot of conversation about this book, but in the long run they decided I didn't have enough of an author platform to bring it to the fore. I didn't even know the word at the time of author platform and what that meant. And you can't take it as a personal rejection. It's a dollars and cents deal for the publisher.
Yeah. And I would agree that, as an author, you need to understand that you're a business person now. No matter how much you may look at it as just a hobby or your bucket list item, or whether it's your dream for a second career, I think if you look at it as in terms of a business and understand that you're part of a very complex business process, that'll help keep your wits about you and help you navigate a lot of these things. And it is a difficult mindset to adopt. You write a book, it's all about the creative aspect. The book is published, now it's all about marketing a business.
That's the bottom line. What
and
do
you have to be
want
honest
out of
with
this?
yourself.
And when I interview the authors on this show, if I eventually get to that question, I like to ask that question. What do you want out of this? Do you want a bestseller? Do you want to just say that you have this beautiful published book? It's like having a baby. The first time that book comes in the mail, it's like, it's a thrill. And
It's like giving birth.
or do you just like to be able to go out and talk about the books, or read them and have presentations? And I never thought that publishing that book would lead to this TV show, which I have 142 guests on YouTube. And
Bravo.
And I do lectures on topics in forensic science. I do book fairs and crafts. I never thought I would be doing all of this, and I love meeting the people and talking to them and introducing my book to them and hearing what they think. So if I never have a bestseller, I really forget the bestseller. I want to be on TV. I want a TV serial. That's what I want. So that's that's a very important consideration. And to your point, is to take that business side as a business person. Don't take it personally.
Yes.
Because your rejection letters now say, this has nothing to do with the quality of your book.
that's
We're
so
just not looking for this right now.
Yeah.
Because what they look for is they look for something that they know the market much better than we do. And they know what's going to make
That's
money.
exactly what it is.
And that's their bottom line, and you can't blame them for that.
No.
At all. So, you want free books, go to the library.
Yeah, and that's a very important point, because I've read many times that typically what agents and publishers are looking for, because of the lead time to get the next round of books published, they're looking about 2 years down the road. So let's say for a while, vampire romances were very big. So, people would say, oh, I wrote my vampire romance, send it in. They end up getting rejected, and they don't understand why am I being rejected when this is
'Cause
the
we're on
hot
to
thing
zombies now.
Right, because they're already looking down the road to, well, what are we going to do after vampire romance, zombie romance? But you have to try to be looking at where the market is going, and there are places on the internet, because it is the most powerful research tool in history, where you can find where markets are going. A great thing to do through Writer's Digest, you can see what authors are being signed by agents and what the books are. And then you can see where the trend is leading. So if you're writing something in that area, then you have a much better chance of getting an opening for yourself.
And
if
that's-
you're already writing what was hot 6 months ago,
Yeah.
good luck
and
to
they
you.
also want to know, are you writing another book? Do you have
Yes.
another
Yes.
one in the hopper?
That's right.
And so it's exhausting.
Yeah.
But we are coming very close to the end of part 1 of our show, and in part 2 we're going to talk about book distributors, book vendors, book reviews, and any other topic that that comes up that we think is important, because we I would venture to guess we pretty much investigated all of these fields ourselves.
Yes.
So Lois W.
Okay.
Stern,
Reviews.
Roland Allnach, Linda Maria Frank, and we are anxious to have you rejoin us for part 2 of The Writer's Dream.
Yes.